Hey guys, it's Wendy. I hope you're having a great day. I am making some chicken fried rice for dinner tonight because I just felt like doing something quick and easy. So I've already pre-cooked the chicken. You're just going to make it into thin slices or dice it, and you're going to just toss it with a little bit of cornstarch and then cook it in your hot skillet with some oil. When you put it in, just let it sit. Don't stir it around, and it'll get this nice golden brown coating on it. All right, so you don't want to leave your chicken in the pot while the vegetables are cooking and the rice is cooking. We're going to add that back at the end. So I've already chopped up my onions, my carrots, and I have some banana peppers for just a little bit of heat. And this is bok choy right here. And you're just going to slice that. You cut the end off of the root and then just slice it all up, and you'll have the white part and you have the green leaves, and it's Chinese cabbage. It's just going to cook right into the rice. All right, and I have a lot of yellow squash, so I'm going to throw a yellow squash in too, and I just was using my food chopper so that everything gets nice and finely mixed. And you can see how quick and easy this makes it. I did cut out the seeds because there's a lot of seeds in yellow squash and I don't enjoy them. If I was doing zucchini, I would probably just chop it up and not cut the seeds out because I always feel like they're a little softer. All right, and I also added to the pot 2 cloves of garlic. And that's all just sauteing in my pan with a little bit of olive oil. All right. And what I love about the food chopper, it just comes apart so easy, just like this. And we're just gonna get the rest of this off of here. This opens up, it goes right in the dishwasher, so it's super easy to clean as well as use. Also, if you're doing something like garlic or jalapeno peppers, it does come with this little rubber cup, and so you can chop right in here, and you never have to touch your garlic or whatever else you've got there. Okay, so let's go over to the stove. Let's take a little field trip. We're gonna throw everything else into the skillet now. So come on over, I'll show you what's cooking. Okay, so here's my carrots, onion, celery. You can see how nice and fine I ground that. We're gonna add the rest of our vegetables and a couple other things. All right, so let's add our bok choy. We'll add our yellow squash. Also, I don't usually add sauce to, sorry, you guys are so crooked today. What is going on here? I don't usually add salt to my fried rice because the soy sauce is usually more than enough salt for us. But if you wanted to add a little bit of salt, this is when I would do it. And this is the same skillet that I cooked the chicken in, so I have some nice brown bits from the chicken left that are gonna give this fried rice some nice flavor too. Also, I don't usually do eggs, but if you wanted to do the eggs, you could cook them right in here also. Just scramble them ahead of time, and you could add a little salt or pepper to that if you wanted. And then you're going to you'll push everything to the side, put your eggs in the middle, and they'll cook right in the same skillet also. Okay. So our vegetables are going great. We're gonna add a little bit more flavor. All right, so I'm going to use some sesame oil. This is a flavoring oil. This is not a cooking oil, okay? So don't put this in a skillet and start heating it up because it is going to burn and you're gonna be smoking in your kitchen, all right? And then I have a piece of ginger and my zester. My ginger's frozen because you guys know I love to do that. because when you zest the ginger and it's frozen, I'm going to actually open this up all the way. The peel just comes right off. You don't get any of those stringy pieces. And your zester does come with a food holder also. So if you're doing garlic or something like that, and dropped it right in there, and you want to do just a little bit of zest of your garlic, you could do that also. And it's super easy to do that. And I don't know if you can see this, but you see the peel is all collecting right up here. So I'm not worried about that getting in my pot. So this is just such a great hack. So if you use a lot of fresh ginger, the other thing is if it's frozen, it's not going bad in your refrigerator. So highly recommend. I actually learned this from somebody who was on my team years ago. Such a great hack. Okay. Let's just get the rest of that off. I don't want to just tap it on the side because you see all that stuff that's stuck on the top, and we don't want that in the pot. Okay, let's mix this again. Now we've got all of our oils and flavorings and stuff, and we're going to add our rice. So I already cooked the rice. I did it in the microwave in the 3-quart micro cooker. It has this really nice no boil over lid. So, and it's still warm. You want to do the rice about a half an hour before you're going to start your prep for your fried rice, because that way it's nice and perfectly cooked and you're not overcooking all of your vegetables while you're waiting for your rice to cook. So we're going to put this in. And just cook it however the package says, okay? I like to use whole grain rice, so it needs a little bit more water than if you were doing a white rice. And if it's a little dry, that's okay, because you could always add water into this skillet while everything else is cooking. And plus it's going to absorb the water from all the vegetables and all that yumminess, the soy sauce and the oils and everything that you put in here. Okay, but I love cooking my rice in there because once you figure out the timing, it comes out perfect every single time. And we're going to add the chicken back into the pot also. Now, as you can see, this is not a recipe I have written down. This is something that we've all kind of worked on in my house. So if you're interested in the recipe, let me know and I will add it in the comments, because I can't just give you a paper chuff link for this. All right, and then here's my chicken. I used about a pound of chicken. If you want a little more protein, you could use a little bit more, but you could use another meat also if you wanted. You know, you can make shrimp fried rice, pork fried rice, whatever you want to do. But just pre-cook the meat and then add it in afterwards. And then you're going to add a couple of tablespoons of soy sauce to this. And then we're going to turn down the heat. We're just going to cover it and we're going to let it simmer for a few minutes. This is so pretty, isn't it? All right. And don't overcook your chicken either, because that's going to keep cooking in the pot also. Okay, so here's everything all mixed together. So pretty, right? If you have a red bell pepper, you could add that in also. You could add some frozen peas as well if you wanted to. All right, and I'm just going to add a couple of tablespoons of soy sauce, and then I'm going to give it another stir. And then, like I said, I'm going to cover this up, and we're going to let it simmer for a few minutes so that soy sauce absorbs into the rice, and you get all those yummy flavors. And the chicken heats back up, and the bok choy and the rest of the vegetables are totally cooked. And then we will be having dinner tonight. Alright, so I will take a picture of this when it's done, but like I said, if you want the recipe, let me know. I'll type it out in the comments. Hope you guys are having a great day. I will talk to you soon. Thanks for watching.